Hi, my name is Jim Hart. I'm a senior consultant at Software Process Dynamics and director of the nonprofit organization STICE, designed specifically to communicate an awareness and understanding of the applications of systems thinking tools in the field of software engineering. In the last 20 years, I have worked with more than 100 organizations in the United States, Europe, and Asia, helping these organizations to, first of all, understand the day-to-day operations about how they do their work, but then more importantly, also helping them to improve their way that they manage and engineer software. And as part of this work, I have trained and have observed many different modeling techniques that are used for organizations to communicate how it is that people do work. ETVX, IDEF, flowcharting, and IMAP, just to name a few. And while many of these approaches are very effective in helping people to understand how it is they're to do their work on a day-to-day basis, I do not believe that they're very effective in helping people to understand why organizations and projects behave the way that they do. And I think this is the real crux of the problem. If you are in the business of making decisions that affect the underlying performance of a project or an entire organization, then should you rely on an understanding or the use of models that don't help you understand why it is that organizations or projects behave the way that they do? Or if you're also assigned responsibilities in making decisions about improvement of that performance, then wouldn't it be nice to know whether a change that you're considering actually might be effective and lasting? In the last 20 years in doing this kind of work, I have come to believe that if we really want to effectively improve the performance of our organization and our projects, then we need to begin to build models that describe the underlying behavior of the systems that we're attempting to change. Otherwise, there's no way to know that any change that we make actually will be lasting. But what do we do if the system that we're trying to model is closed to our direct observation? And also, how is it that we gain an understanding of what actually affects performance? Now, let me give you a specific example. Are the productivity improvements we might observe following a process change to a software project a direct result of that change, or are they just unrelated performance spikes? Or are the improvements just another case of the Hawthorne effect, where productivity increases just because people know management is paying attention to them? I would like to welcome you to the first in a series of videos that I will be making that describe a set of proven technologies that currently exist that I believe will help you better manage and improve your software business, and how you can get started using these technologies right away. Through this series of videos, I will describe the knowledge, the tools, and the processes you will need to begin using these technologies. In this first video, I will focus on just giving you a comprehensive overview of the 4 essential tools associated with the systems thinking and system dynamics technologies, and explain precisely why and how these tools can significantly enhance your ability to manage and improve your software organization. Later videos will focus in much greater detail on each of these tools that I describe here. The focus of this video is to, first, describe and compare 2 often competing views of how we see the world today. You can think of these worldviews as mental maps that directly affect how we construct theories of how systems operate and why they behave as they do. I will then go through a number of direct benefits you will receive in applying systems thinking and system dynamics technologies to help you currently manage and improve your software business and projects. I will conclude this video by giving an overview of the 4 essential tools that comprise the technologies. While describing these 4 tools, in this as well as in later videos, I will go through a number of specific real-world examples and scenarios that I have encountered in my own systems thinking consulting and training, showing how to apply these tools and demonstrating the benefits I mentioned above. As you begin to practice using these technologies, you will construct working models of your organization and projects. And with the models that you will learn how to create, I believe you will, first, gain a deeper understanding of why software projects behave as they do. Second, understand how you can begin using these models to predict possible effects of process changes that you might be considering. And third, you will begin to see how to use these models to train others in making decisions that result in much more successful projects. I have divided this video into 8 parts as shown here. After a few introductory comments, I will describe first the framework or mental view that we have acquired in the Western world about how the universe works. As I will describe in this part, this view or framework directly influences how we see software organizations and projects working, and thus heavily influences how we model them. Then in part 3, I will describe an alternative framework that I believe has significant potential in helping us better understand why software organizations and projects behave as they do. Then in part 4, I will cover some essential basics about modeling systems that distinguishes this approach for modeling notations and tools most of you may be familiar with in the Clockwork Universe framework. In covering these basics, I will show you a few simple models so that you can begin to see their potential use. Then in the remaining 4 parts of this video, causal loop diagrams, computer-based models, simulators, and learning labs, I will briefly cover the 4 essential tools based on the living systems view that I believe will significantly enhance your ability to manage and improve your software organization and projects. Later STICE videos will focus on these tools in much greater detail. Again, here I want simply to introduce the tools. As I will discuss further in this and later videos, the 4 tools I will cover build upon the previous ones. One important aspect to remember through these video sessions is that the ability to use any specific tool will be limited to your ability to use the tools upon which it is built. But again, more on this later.